welcome. It's Mary Carbundance and welcome back to another what I ate 1 year ago before I went into full recovery, because at that time I didn't actually dare to eat what I'm eating now, but I made my baby steps and I'm carrying you through this year, showing you what I did last year in order to get where I am now, And so sorry, we are taking this off. So we have, let me know if this distance, if you can see things clearer here. So we have, this is the 9th of January and we have a real coffee with caffeine. This is what my husband made, and also, let me say David. And there is, my cup of coffee. I've talked about the size of the cup of coffee in my previous video, or my previous 2 videos, one of them. It's, there's some compensating going on for challenging my fear food, because, it allowed me, or it enabled me to kind of delay my breakfast without me being hungry. So that was always my thing. I thought, well, if I'm not hungry, then I'm not bullshitting myself, because I'm not hungry, and everything that made me feel full felt safe, because then I could say, without lying to myself or to any other person, that I'm always full and always satisfied and always, never hungry. And so that is what my eating disorder always seeked out. It always seeked out being full, not having that hungry feeling in the stomach. I didn't know, or didn't really want it to be true at that time, that there's also such a thing called mental hunger. At that time, I was still kind of in denial about mental hunger, and I was, kind of hiding away from mental hunger and kind of doing everything that I could in order to just kind of ignore and kill the mental hunger and deny its presence. And so you see this very much now in the January, like so far in what I've shared, what I ate 1 year ago, that I was trying to make myself feel full all the time. And so, but you can see that this coffee kind of has more milk, like that was plant milk in it. And I was afraid of plant milk, believe it or not, because it's liquid calories first, and second, it is many times it is with fat, either added or without. Well, it's always with fat. There's some kind of fat in it. And so that I'm coming from a very, very super high carb, very low fat background the years before, and like soy milk, for example, is pretty high in fat as a food, but also, like, even if there's nothing added, but for example, oat milk is just the same, because they add oil in it, and at least for most of the brands. And so, yeah, I was challenging myself in just adding more of the plant milk here. Yeah, and then you can see my breakfast, which looks very similar to the day before, what I was uploading yesterday. It is, frozen mango, there's oranges, there's soy yogurt. So I was really challenging the soy yogurt, or the plant-based yogurts and the plant-based milks at that point in time. And let me know if this is fine, because someone said they cannot see this very well, but I think it's fine, isn't it? So yeah, I have the toasted nuts. I increased the nuts as well, the seeds. I toasted them in the microwave. You can really do it, but you have to be very careful. You cannot over roast them, because it actually can start burning in there. So you really have to be careful when you're experimenting with that. But that was a very new flavor in my mouth, because I shied away from the nuts and stuff for a long time. There's also raisins and dates in there, but it's made with water. Yeah, then lunch again, another day, another lunch, another banana ice cream. But you can see I again have a sauce here, kind of a vanilla sauce. It's with the vanilla protein from Vivo Life. I am not an advocate of Vivo Life, but this one I really liked. Just flavor wise, it's just 1 gram or so, or 2 grams of that protein, just in order to have that vanilla-y taste. And then there is this plant milk again, because it scared me, and so I was experimenting with that. I tried to, I was repeating it every day also, and increasing it in order for my brain to realize, well, we are going to keep this in our diet. Like, I'm not going. But at this point, I already knew it is very important for me to challenge foods, but then also not compensating for it again and keep that food in. I was already realizing I have to get rid of restrictions, and so that's what I did within the vegan diet at that point. And there's the cacao. Also, from my past videos, I used to be very intolerant to cacao. And actually, that was the time when I was already introducing fat and protein back into my vegan diet, like ate more of that. And the thing is that I just felt that it's such a chore for me to avoid chocolate and cacao at all costs. I was still 100% vegan, and I just felt deep inside, you cannot live with these restrictions. It has to stop. And you have to start somewhere. So, and at that point in time, I actually wasn't as intolerant anymore. And I think it's because I wasn't eating so much low fat anymore. And I think that actually made it metabolize in a different way. Yeah, very much. That's very interesting. Yep. I mean, she looks beautiful, doesn't she? Super nice. And it's a huge meal. It's like almost a liter of food. And my meals now, they are, if at all, maximum 500 milliliters. And like, not even. Most of the times, it's like bread and something, and then maybe some fruit or some vegetables, but not as many, and then something to drink. But, I don't have this, it's not this volume eating used to be such a strategy of my eating disorder, and had to get rid of it. So if you're a volume eater, you're going to benefit very much from seeing my progress of the last year. So let's get back to dinner. You notice again, no snacks here. I was still afraid of them. I'm going to be surprised. Like, we are just waiting for the day when I dare it the first time. So this is rice and vegetables. Like, this is like a salad that my husband made. And again, the dip from yesterday with sunflowers and avocado. It's pretty much, very much the same thing I had the day before. And, it's just everything 100% whole foods, which, it's just, yeah, it's just obvious. There's pretty much, except for the plant milk that I was challenging, not very much else. Of course, there's like the plant fats, but still, I made it whole food plant fats, right? It's like whole sunflower seeds, avocado, and just, these were the first steps. And it freaked me out. And that's so cool to see for me now, because nothing of this freaks me out now. And yeah, if you are scared of fats, tonight, let's say that you are you're preparing a nice fat-based dip. these were my first baby steps within a vegan diet. Yep. Okay, that's the next video. I see you next video. This is what I ate this year, 1 week ago. Bye bye.